Oh crap, we're the wrong way. This is bad, this is very bad. Welcome to the fourth day until we have to put this thing on the truck. And we're still dealing with some tire clearance issues. The transmission still won't shift. We haven't resolved that yet. But the new issue is the valve stem from our front tire is actually hitting the caliper on the front. And so just for fun, we're gonna have to try and figure out how to resolve that too. Just for fun, we have a new problem. So our valve stem is touching our brake caliper. The hits just keep on rolling. So where we are is, this is a... Okay, so Chris is a little upset right now. Yep. We've ordered a new special set of valve stems that are hopefully going to take care of our caliper clearance issue. And that means we've got to dismount and remount our tires. But we discovered that even though, according to the computer, we had ordered slightly smaller tires, which is what we wanted for clearance, they arrived slightly larger. Computer isn't always right. This is a tire that we were using just as a roller, and it's a 235/45/17. And our new tire is theoretically supposed to be narrower, only it's wider. And on the rear, our new rear tire is supposed to be 0.8 inches narrower. And because it's got this very, very aggressive lip protector, it's actually the same width. So our only choice at this point, when Chris finishes the brakes, we're gonna basically load the suspension and get the car down and see just how our clearances are working out. And when we do, I've talked to the guys at Rebel Wheel, and they want us to overnight ship them back the rear wheels. They're basically going to redo the back spacing on them and effectively bring this rib to the edge right here. And then I'm gonna go pick them up because this car has to be in Scottsdale in just about a week. So we're actually gonna go to their shop and we're going to take the tires and switch out the tires on the wheels and get this car on its final wheels. So we're actually not gonna have this car driving on its correct wheels until the day it needs to be at Barrett-Jackson. Okay, so we've just pumped it again.
There it went.
That was it. Now, wait a second. We've got very little fluid in the rear reservoirs. It took a little bit of cussing, a little bit of praying, and a whole lot of attempts, but it finally did the thing that we needed it to do, which was satisfy. It needed to come up to pressure and satisfy. Yeah. So we have a brake system that is pressurized, and now what we're hoping for is that there's no leaks. Hang on. Do you want me to put the cap back on it?
Just, yeah.
Okay, cap is on it.
See if it's milky.
It is crystal clear.
Sweet. That's what we're after.
All right, we got it. All right, so what we're doing right now is we're finishing the windows. So we've got a gap here and we've got a gap here. So we take care of those two gaps different ways. This is the piece that we built, which is the fiberglass. It's got the turnout. It's got the bracing behind it. What we got to do right now is set up a marker for it. So the way that's done, put a piece there. Okay, so I'm going to go in and you're going to mark it.
Man, look at that gap. Who did that? Man, look at that.
That is nice. Oh, it's beautiful.
This top.
I know let me tell you, it just puts a smile on my face every time I look at it. Hey, Hunter, Mike, anyone? All right, Colin, you take this pen. I'm gonna hold this. So what I wanna do is get a good balance. What I want you to do is with that tape, I want you to put a registration mark. So you see how the divot goes in and clears for our A-pillar?
Yep.
And this is good. So what I do is I'm putting a registration mark here and there. So what it does is it sets where this goes. That looks good.
So that's where we're gonna bond it.
Then we're gonna pull the top off. So
sorry, I was looking at it.
It's like working with Jerry's kids. All right. So the next thing we do is we pull the top off, and then we line that up with our registration marks, and with the top upside down, we bond it in place. And then tomorrow we can spray the inside here, then we will add it has to be a very squishy seal, but we'll add a seal. And the seal only needs to be right here,
Right.
because this will automatically be sealed.
Yeah.
So let's go register the other side. What this does, it basically allows the glass to seal against the car. So you can see here, the glass will actually interface with this piece. So we'll end up painting this black, and the top is going to come down a little bit more, and then we'll have a seal. So when you close the door, it'll actually seal for, you know, wind noise and things like that. So these are basically timing and registration marks. Okay, and we are ready to pull this top. All right, so we are ready to go. And keep walking around. No, Colin. Okay, I'm coming up, you go down. Okay, now follow me. And down. All right, actually we need to flip this over, yeah. All right, so basically, like a pastry chef, where they put, you know, the fondant into a bag so they can write happy birthday on a cake, we do the same thing with an epoxy. And the reason is it gives you can see it, it's clear, you get to mix up the epoxy until it's all done. And my rule is 100 times you're gonna squish it. Cut the tip off, and we've got an applicator. Bring it down, okay, right there, start clamping it. That's it, clamp it right there. 4 cleans. Okay. That's not bad. Let me just check my registration marks. That's good. So I think we're good. All right, let's go do the other side. I ran out. You get one more. All right, hold that side for a second. Let me get this side lined up. Nope. It's beautiful, beautiful. So we've got a little bit right here, but that's just the nature of it, trying to bend around that corner. I'm gonna throw a second one on it, right at the edge of the tip. There we go, and that drew it in really nicely. So that looks good. All right. That's just a little bit of a harrowing task, because you got one shot to get it right. We'll do a little trimming up tomorrow, so we got to put a little filler in here and little shaping up, but this top is very close to going on final. We're going to scuff this up, make sure we don't have anything on the edges, and then we mount it. We're almost there. All right, so Colin, I've been busting your chops now for what, 2 weeks about this, right? It's his Christmas gift. So what is it? Do you know yet?
Yes.
Do you need help?
Yeah.
Yeah. I love opening Christmas gifts.
Cut it from the bottom.
There was this thing that they were talking about, the Soviets versus Americans. They claimed that in like 1968, America spent, $5 million to figure out how to write a pen that would write in zero gravity in space. And the Soviet Union, they brought a pencil. You just suggested I take a pencil. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that was good. That was good. I appreciate your suggestion. I just want to see how she looks. And now we got to paint it. Just to give you an idea of what it's going to do, it's going to go sort of like that, only obviously down on the engine. And then we're going to do some very cool paint and graphic work. But the LS is the kid where you've got like the ugliest kid on the block and it's yours. But it's like the kid that like runs faster than everyone else. It's smarter, you know what I mean? So the LS is just about the greatest engine in the world. The problem is it's so ugly. The LS is so ugly, it reminds me of the south end of a northbound dog. It's an unattractive engine. So we cover them up with carbon fiber, and in this case, Doug hands builds every one of these for me.
Does he?
Yeah, and
They're always pretty nice.
so you got to get it trimmed up now.
Yeah, it's not very fun.
Day 4, we've made a lot of progress, but unfortunately, we haven't finished everything by a long shot, and I forgot how many times this top had to go on and come off, and just how many fit checks it needs, and we're going to continue on that tomorrow.